We welcome to the first time on this Leverage Show, and hopefully not the last time, our great friend, Miss Marcella Silva.
I'm sweating from all your magnetism and the love that's flying around in here. I love it. Thank you so much.
So thank you. Welcome to the Leverage Show. Let us all know, hey, Miss Silva, has your background always been into real estate, and how did you get into land banking?
Yeah, thank you. It's been a long road and one I'm super grateful for. A lot of learning along the way. But no, I wasn't always in real estate. Just first off, I'm here in the Northern California area, the San Francisco Bay Area, originally born and raised in New Mexico. So just south of Colorado there.
Yeah.
We're neighbors in a tiny little town, population 300. So
wow.
Anyways, long story short, I did really well in college and was recruited to work at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory here in the San Francisco Bay Area. That's what brought me to California. And I worked there for about 10 years. And back in 2007, when I was working there, they went through a major transition. And as a result of that transition, they completely changed all of the benefits, including retirement. So I had an opportunity at that time to take my old 401k and roll it into the new 401k program they were putting together, or do something else with it. And Lambo, I got to tell you, I vividly remember sitting at my kitchen table, looking at my 401k statement, thinking to myself, what the heck? The only way this goes up is when I put money into it. This is ridiculous. I'm never going to retire at this rate. This is stupid. And what is it even invested in? What's going on here? Who's really making the money with the 401ks? Because I got to tell you, you never see news articles about people creating wealth with their 401k the traditional way. So I was like, okay, I got to do something different here. I don't trust this. I want something real, something that actually goes up in value without me having to constantly put money into it. And the obvious go-to is real estate. Real estate has created wealth for people throughout history. It's a real asset. That's what they always say. The wealthy always say, invest in real estate. So I actually got my real estate license. Not that I plan on selling real estate, just for my own knowledge, and started going to different seminars and reading books about investing in real estate. And along the way, I was like, I'm not really feeling the tenants, toilets, and termites. That sounds like a lot of work to me.
3 T's.
Work harder.
You got to tell them about that again, because when you first told me that, I was laughing. Tell them about those 3 T's. Then you told me there's 5 T's.
Well, yeah, there's even more T's, but to keep it easy, tenants, toilets, termites, taxes, troubles. No. That's too many T's for me. So I was like, okay, there's got to be something else. And there was a lot of stuff about fix and flips, and I'm not trying to put any of that down. Please note, there's money to be made everywhere. That just wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted something that was easy, that I have a life that I'm living. I got a job. I don't want to create another job with my investment. So that's when I found, one day I went to this seminar, and Divine Right Timing and Connection, I met a lady who started telling me about something called land banking. I was like, land banking, what the heck is that? I never heard about that before. And has to do with land. And I already had this natural affinity towards land because I grew up watching my parents invest in land all throughout northern New Mexico. And actually that's what helped me put me through college. And they are retired now because of their land investments. But of course, when you're a kid, you don't always pay attention to what your parents do. Although I got to say, shout out to your son who's on here today for paying attention to the wealth creation journey. I went and learned all about what land banking was, and it was like that instant gut feeling. This was like, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And it's easy. It's a set it and forget it investment. It's a passive investment that I don't have to do anything with. I can live my life. My land never calls me on the phone and bothers me. And it continually going up in value without me being there. So I took my old 401k, rolled it into what's called a self-directed IRA. I'm sure a lot of your folks know what those are. And bought my first property back in 2008. So thank God, again, divine right timing again, I didn't lose money to the 2008 stock crash. And I took it out, and the value of my land more than doubled within the first year. So land is very different than the traditional real estate markets, what you were talking about earlier. So that's how I got into this whole thing.
Wow. I think that most people, unless you really have been exposed to this at the very beginning, they don't usually think you run across this throughout your journey. You were one like of the fortunate, like many of us, we run across some amazing connections. And like you said, the gentleman said, hey, I'm speaking on land banking, you probably want to go ahead and listen to this. Change your life. And I love it because right now you have the ability to change so many other people's lives from finally first learning about this, getting all this knowledge, and now doing some amazing things behind this. Marcella, I really would love for you to actually tell the people, give them an actual good concept of exactly what land banking is in the perspective of a wholeness now.
So the definition of land banking is the practice of buying affordable, pre-developed land located in the path of growth. I guarantee everyone on here who was watching this now or is watching this in the future, you have seen this happen before your very eyes at some point in your life. So let's take a picture or a look at what that is. Here's a great example. This is a backdated Google Earth image of Milpitas, California in 1993. This is a great example of a land banking example. So when I say a pre-developed area, pre-developed means existing developments, existing infrastructure like roads, but still a lot of land available to be developed, as you can see here on this screen. Now, for those of you familiar with this area, by the way, this is in the San Francisco Bay Area. You might be familiar with McCarthy Boulevard. This is Freeway 880. This is Highway 237. Not even a road. McCarthy, not even a road at that point. Tasman, not even a road. See, Google Earth puts in where the roads currently are today. At this point, you could have bought land for $1,000 to maybe $10,000 per acre, depending on zoning and location. $1,000 to $10,000 per acre. I actually know somebody who bought 10 acres here for $10,000. There is now a super target sitting on top of that land, and that one parcel of land created multi-generational wealth for that family. That's the power of what land is. Just one piece. Now I click the button, you can see this is just 7 years later. So there's a ton of growth and development that's happened, new infrastructure that's come in, obviously making it a high growth area. And we can talk later about what constitutes a high growth area. So now there's a lot less land available, $500,000 to $1 million per acre. Now you're looking at $2 to $7 million per acre. Think about the areas where you grew up, where maybe it was just all land and now it's covered in development. Imagine being able to own that land before that development got there, buying that land when it was still affordable. And over time, the value of it just continues to rise. That's just the way land is. Even the IRS says you cannot depreciate land because land does not depreciate. The value just continues to go up, and it's never going to go from 2 million per acre back down to 50,000 per acre because there's no more land left. That's one of the reasons why we're investing in it, because they're simply not making any more of it. So in a quick nutshell, that is what land banking is.
Awesome. And I think most people wanted to see that actual example of what it is and what the picture is. Now people are actually like flooded with probably a lot of images like, hey, I remember a shopping center that wasn't there 5 years ago. Now it's there now. What if you actually had the ability to know what was going to happen because it was developable land and when it would happen? And if you had the opportunity to take advantage of it, you could actually beat the curve and say, hey, I actually purchased some land and made a lot of money because of me knowing what was getting ready to develop in the next 5-10 years from now. Exactly. You're putting people in that position by showing them those slides that you showed. And that is amazing, mind-blowing to people. Talk to us. Like when you really talk to people about land banking and purchasing land, what are some of the like most frequently questions that you get when you actually show them the slides and it's, hey, is this really real? Is this really true? What do they actually ask you?
Yeah. One of the things is, how do you even predict that? How do you figure that out?
Yeah.
So the company that I work with, they've been doing this for 45 years. They didn't just start this yesterday. Wow. And it's years of experience, research, data analysis and correlation, relationships, and understanding economics and growth factors and all the different things that you need to look at to determine if an area is a high growth area. Yep. We want to have a strong economy. So there has to be multiple different economic factors causing an area to grow. We're not just investing somewhere where people are moving or housing is being built. There's so much more than that. So really understanding at a deep level how development unfolds and all of the different points that you have to look at. And then, okay, that's great. Now I know where the high growth area is, but what about the quality land? Because you can buy crap land in a good area. So that's where most people fail when investing in land on their own. And that's why it's called quote unquote land speculation, because people just don't know how to do it. And that's why the wealth has traditionally always been just for the wealthy, because the wealthy can go hire a team of people to go figure out the right areas and the right land to invest in. Literally 2 pieces of land touching each other could be worlds apart in value, even though they're right next to each other. Whereas one can be developable and one is not. And how are you going to figure that out? You got to know what research to look at to decide, is this developable land? Most people invest in land based off of, oh, this looks like a great piece of land, or, oh, my good friend told me I should buy land here. Or, oh, it's really cheap. It's really cheap for a reason. You better question that. Don't think you're buying it on a deal, because you're going to be stolen from. There are so many hidden landmines when it comes to investing in land correctly. And the company that I work with, they do all of the due diligence to clear out those hidden landmines, to make sure that those do not exist on the land, so that we're providing quality developable land in those high growth areas.
Awesome. So let's take this back. So when someone is saying, hey, we're ready to go to the next step, we love the presentation, they probably made some bad decisions with purchasing land themselves that couldn't sell, and they reach out to you and your team and they said, hey, Marcella, please show us how in the world and where are the good deals at? What do you do? Do you give them like a list? Hey, I got this over here, I got that over here, I got that over here. And are they looking like, hey, I don't know what any of this means?
I don't know. That's exactly it. I don't know what any of this means. People will always want to see a list, but then they're like, who's on the list? And then they say, which one should I buy, Marcella? So the typical person, the kind of steps that people go through with me is, number one, get educated. Learn all about this investment. So far, what we've showed you is just like scraping the surface on this is what land banking is. I have a full presentation that people can watch to really get the ins and outs of who we are as a company, all of the research that we do, all of the different trends that we're looking at, where are we investing? We're really getting into the nitty-gritty of the whole thing so that people understand what this investment is about and what this opportunity can provide for them and their family. And then from there, it's really simple. It's, what is the dollar amount that I'm comfortable with in diversifying into this portfolio?
Let's talk about
it. Make it simple.
Yes. Talk about that.
And the best part is the minimum investment is 25 grand, sometimes even lower than that. So people can get in. It's our goal at our company is to help the average investor create wealth with land.
Yeah.
It's not just the wealthy get wealthier. Not to say that I don't have wealthy clients, absolutely, but we want to help everybody. And this is such a unique opportunity. And by the way, here's a little secret, Drew. They're not making any more land. It can never be replaced. It's needed by everything and for everything.
Yeah.
It can never be hacked.
Yeah.
It is a real asset. And it has always beat inflation, even more so than gold. When bought correctly. That's our goal, is to help people with this investment. When they determine, okay, I have X amount of dollars, then I partner them with the perfect piece of property that fits their goals and what they're looking for. Because we have different types of land too.
Okay.
So some people are more attracted to land that is needed for traditional community development or warehousing, those types of things. Or people might be more attracted to land that has to do with the largest land rush in history that is happening right now, and is all part of the largest shift of wealth that is happening globally right now. Nobody knows it's happening. Everybody's going to pay for it. And it all has to do with a fundamental resource we all use every day. We're using it right now. And that is energy.
Yep. Talk to them a little bit about that, because when you showed me that, it blew my mind. And I don't think you put that on the slides or anything like that we see.
I didn't put it on the slides, no.
But you talk to them, because that's the good stuff right there.
So what am I talking about? The largest shift of wealth is happening globally. And that wealth shift is the shift away from fossil fuels to green energy. When we were getting on here, I heard a lot of people talking about how they were roasting their butts off wherever they were. It's super hot because climate change is happening. We are destroying the planet, unfortunately, because of all of the pollution. Anyways, right now, globally, governments, corporations, individual cities are all going green. They are mandating that they go green. And this has been happening since really 2000. Governments have been getting together to figure out how are we going to fix this issue around climate change and start cleaning up our environment. Here in California, I'm going to specifically talk about California. They have mandates. It is mandated on the books by the government, by law. We have to be 100% green by the year 2040. And by 2035, they want to be at 90%. They keep pushing the envelope forward to make it happen sooner and sooner. What has always been needed for energy creation, whether it's oil, gas, coal, land? Land is always needed. And land is needed for the massive utility scale solar, wind projects, battery energy storage systems that are coming in at a rate it's an exponential rate. It's speeding up. Every year, more and more money is going to this. As a matter of fact, according to the International Energy Agency, $1 billion a day is being spent on new solar energy projects globally as we race to meet these government mandates of going 100% green. And these projects, Drew, are massive. Right now, the largest solar project in America is under construction. It is 13 square miles large. 13 square miles, that's like the size of many cities. That's huge. And it'll be developed in a 4-year period. You just don't see land getting consumed and developed that quickly. And already in the area, we're investing in the #1 area in California where these projects are going to be powering California. And I'll just tell you another little secret here. There's not enough land there to make this a possibility, but it is the low-hanging fruit. And already we have seen 200 square miles of land disappear, over $90 billion in new projects coming in, another $8 billion in infrastructure, the high tension power lines to move this energy. Cities, governments, they're not going to spend that kind of money for no reason. They're doing it because they have to. It's mandated by the government that our land is used. And oh my goodness, the returns that our investors are getting is mind-blowing. A lot of our investors right now are getting long-term land leases, where they are leasing their land for 25, 35 plus years. Some people won't even live to the end of their lease on some of these folks. And some of them are getting between, I've seen 35% all the way up to 100% annual return on their lease for 35 years. It is mind-blowing. Plus there's interest rate. It just keeps going up. And in the end, it's not like you're exhausting this investment. In the end, you still own the dirt. And if you know anything about land, the value of it just continues to rise over time. So it has been phenomenal. And then you add in on top of that, that the government is mandating that we go to electric vehicles. All the transportation is going electric. And I'm not just talking about what you and I drive on the road every single day, but what about the goods, the movement of our goods, all those big rig trucks? About 50% of goods coming into America is coming through California. There's a lot of people out there who hate on California, but let me tell you something. You wouldn't be getting your Amazon shipments without California. And there's about 1.7 million of these big rig trucks on the road every single day in California. All those have to go green. Electric. Where's that electricity going to come from?
Wow.
It's
Wow.
mind-blowing when you start looking at it. And here's another one that most people don't even think about. Artificial intelligence.
Okay.
How much energy that's going to require. I think it was by the year 2030 or sooner, it's going to be the same amount of energy as all the homes in America.
Wow.
And it's going faster and faster. So the amount of energy just for that is mind-blowing. It's wow. And the fundamental asset to make all of it happen is dirt. We all need it. We're all standing on it right now.
Dirt, like I said, the old folks used to say, whether you're walking on it or whether you're buried in it, it's still got a whole value.
Yes. That's so funny because even funeral plots,
I'm telling you,
funeral plot, a gravesite is like outrageous expensive.
I'm telling you, that one's from my guy J-Dog right there. Whether you're walking on it or whether you're laying in it, hey, it's still going to hold value in it. So I would rather people actually take the side of it that they're passively earning income off of it, right? You said something, and I know people were out there listening to you, and they're like, oh my goodness, I didn't hear that, but I needed to hear it again. There are people who are literally making money every year, locking it in 20 to 35 years ahead out, and they're making money. When you're saying 35% to up to 100%, some people are like, man, how much really is that? This is 6, almost 7 figures for a lot of you guys at just 1 year per year, just by owning the land.
Just by owning the dirt. You just got to be in the way. Let me tell you, it's a powerful position to be in. Be in the way of developers. And it's not like they can just go run off to Costco and find another piece of land, because guess what? There's only so much available. By the way, Costco needs a lot of land.
Yeah, hey, Costco. So it's amazing because we joked about Amazon, and shout out to all my Amazon people out there. We joked about it, but Amazon is buying a lot of land. We look at all of these major corporations like this that are really buying a lot of land, and they're buying it in like different remote places. And people are like, they're building a new Amazon store over there. I'm like, yeah, you may want to get into that lane because they know something you don't know.
Exactly. And we're buying the land that is needed for those Amazon facilities.
Wow.
For these massive distribution centers. E-commerce has blown up the industrial real estate world. And if you know anything about Southern California, industrial real estate is the sexy real estate and has been since 2008. And as a result of COVID, that even sped it up. And now we're seeing over 30 million square feet of new buildings coming in just in the area where we're investing. That is huge.
Wow.
Huge. 30 million square feet. Do you know how much that is?
A lot of square feet out there.
That's a lot of square feet.
Yes, that's a lot. So that means that someone has not missed this boat. You can literally say, hey, you guys haven't missed the boat. You guys are right now in position where you can either leverage your credit or leverage your 401ks or leverage some extra capital, or maybe you put money aside. I don't know, maybe it's from taxes to be able to get a part and get in on this to create this generational wealth transfer.
Absolutely. And another thing that people can consider too are 1031 exchanges for all of you real estate investors out there or really want to, maybe your rental properties have hit their max on where they're going to go. They're just not going to continue to grow in value. You can take that money, do a 1031 exchange and blow it up, my friend. And one of the ladies who works with me, she used to be a real estate investor. She was a real estate agent for many years, bought a bunch of rental properties, got sick and tired of the tenants, toilets, and termites. She found land banking and she started selling off those rentals and doing 1031 exchanges to avoid paying capital gains taxes and use the government's money to invest. Yes, I'll do that all day long.
Yeah.
One property, she bought this 11-acre parcel, and I'm very familiar with this because I own a property right next to it. She bought it for $405,000 or 83 cents per square foot. 83 cents per square foot. Think about what you bought your house for. Okay?
Exactly.
Just to double your money, it only needs to increase by 83 cents per square foot just to double it. She just recently sold it for over $30 per square foot. Millions, multi-millions.
What?
Multi-millions. And that one house would have never done that for her.
Wow.
It's tremendous. Yes.
Wow.
We buy more square feet per square foot than any other real estate investment out there. This is truly being a landlord.
Landlord, how about being in everything the lottery at this point, man? I love it. And shout out to my guy. He says $405,000 to $17 million in 15 years. Shout out to the assist. He always know that. That's my guy.
That's my husband, Rick.
I know. You remember I met him, yeah?
Yep. He's helping me with all my referral partners. He helps with the business, but yeah, he's in it on the numbers. There's some big numbers that even I'm like, oh my God, what? And here's the best part. We bought a property, I'll include him too. We bought a property right next to that one for $1.15 per square foot. $1.15 per square foot.
Wow.
And now land there is selling for $35 per square foot.
Yeah.
And remember, it's not going to go down.
It's only going to go up. I need about $5 for gas. You got $5 for gas, Marcella?
I got you, Rambo.
I'm just saying, think of this opportunity. For there's so many people out there who are going to see this video. They're going to see what you're saying. They're going to be like, man, is this right for me? They're looking at these examples. They're looking at these numbers. Their brains are spinning now. And they're saying to themselves, oh, my goodness, we could really change our history of our family. Think about that. From $405,000 to $17 million in 15 years. Look at this one. $92,000 10 years ago. It's now worth $2.7 million today.
That's my property. That's our property. That's the one. And that's just one of many. We own 13 properties. I got to catch up with that other lady. She owns over 60 properties. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hey, but see, look how much fun you are having. And shout out to him. He said, that is our property next to the big one. I love it. Look how much fun you have when you're actually or teaching people and showing people how they can actually create wealth. And you're able to do it yourself and say, hey, yeah, we just bought a couple ourselves. We have a few of them that are right there. That is amazing. That's really next level to be able to think like that, but see it. I love what Mozilla said. Look at this. Mozilla said, and Ms. Silva, what is the average time length for investors to start getting a return on investment? I need to get in on this part of to park some of his capital.
Absolutely. No, thank you, Mozilla. I appreciate the question. Great question. The average time is typical 7 to 10 years full time. It's a long-term investment. It's land. It's through the natural growth and progression of an area. With that said, I have investors who has 10 times their money in 1 year. So it can happen much sooner. It could take longer, and the longer you hold it, the more it's worth. So you want to use long-term investable funds, not your emergency funds, not the capital that you need to live on right now, but the capital that you want to grow into your future. And people say, I'm 60 years old. I want to retire at 65. Okay, that's great. Are you going to spend all your money at 65? What about what happens when you're 75, 85, 95? What if you live over 100? It's still going to be there for you. And it's also a great transfer of wealth to future generations, because you can't use your land like a piggy bank. And so I have another great example. One of my investors, her grandfather had bought 2-acre parcel of land in Fremont, California back in 1980 for, I think he bought it for $180,000. Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, around $180,000. Everyone, why are you buying land? You're crazy. That's stupid. Why would you do that? Those are the types of things you hear from your friends who don't know nothing or that want to crab and cockroach you, let me tell you. So he buys the land and puts it into the trust. And in the trust, it says, they cannot sell this land until my youngest granddaughter turns 50. Divine right timing again. I'm doing a live seminar and she comes to the seminar. And she's sitting there listening to this presentation. She's, oh my gosh, my family, we're land bankers. We're land bankers. We never knew there was a term for it. She was so excited. And she was so excited because they were selling their property for $7.2 million.
Wow.
They were trying to figure out what they were going to do with all of this money. And her mom loves land. It's like a security blanket for her. And so they were trying to figure out what to do. And she's a real estate agent. She said, I don't want to buy rentals. She's heard so many horror stories about the rentals. She was like, no, we don't want to do that. But hello, land. We've always been in land. That's right when she met us. And they did a 1031 exchange. We have now blown up their portfolio to levels you can't even imagine. They have one 80-acre parcel that is under negotiations for a long-term land lease. Oh my gosh. Just that one property is going to far exceed the returns that she got on that first property that she got. And she'll be making 6 figures every year. 6 figures every year just to let a solar company use their land. Please. I'll take that all day long.
Hey, I'm getting that like you already know. That's what I'm talking about. Jay Ford says next level, man. Yes, it is next level.
It is next.
We always say 7 to 10 years. Hopefully, Mo, that answered your question because I know Mo and the partners, man, and I love that team, man. Toma, man, and Brendan. They do a lot of flips with their properties. So they get in and do flips and they usually hold maybe 6 months or whatever. Boom, they get it out. And I think that this brings something different that they can actually bring back to the table. Hey, Marcella, yeah, we may want to take a look at this because we want to grow portfolios, long-term longevity down the line. And I think that literally strengthens you to be able to get in and see this exactly on a total different light where most other people have to say, hey, man, I took a look at it, I heard about it, but didn't know exactly how they were actually really being able to make profit out of that. Now you're being able to tell them and show them how they can make profit out of that, like literally blows up people's minds. They're like, oh, I may have to go ahead and rethink that. We may have to sit back down at the table with that now.
Yeah, absolutely. I work with a wealth coach and she helps people with various types of passive investments, passive income investments. And she says, take that money that you're making from these investments and continue to grow it in real assets.
Yeah.
Real assets.
Yeah.
That's what the wealthy have always invested in. Real assets. And you can't get any more real than dirt.
I always tell people, brick and mortar will actually take you further. When you literally see dirt, and he's shout out and everything to help, he says $21 million. Whew.
I think that would be on the 80-acre property.
And this is not even a building. This is just the land of it.
It's so easy. Let me tell you, it's so easy. I don't have to fix anything up. There's no insurance on it. None of that.
I got a good buddy. He would love to ride his zero turn on $21 million worth of land or through it. That would be just his thing. I know I'm rich. He's got his pinkies in the air. He's enjoying life. He's retired. He's like, $21 million worth of land, all the zero turns coming out of that. And just to enjoy it. Think about that concept. Most people, you're 100% right. They're always into that building. They're thinking about tenants, toilets, and trouble. Because forget that. It's trouble once you actually get into that building. You get none of this with this. None of this.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a lazy investor, Lambo.
For the lazy investors out there, you have just shown them definitely a green light so that they can actually go ahead and participate on something that really can go ahead and blow up their portfolio. And look what he said. He said that was the 80-acre land lease for 35 years, $600K to $21 million.
And they still own the land in the end. What's it going to be worth at that time? Are we going to need more energy then or less?
Oh, we're going to need more energy because we're going green. You guys are out there in California.
Everything's going green. Everywhere, everything's going green. Across the globe, it's going green. Every car company out there is going to electric vehicles. Where's that energy going to come from?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing about it. And look, Mo, shout out to Mo. Mo say, I'm lazy. I need this. LOL.
I'm lazy, Mo. I'm lazy too. I'm not trying to work harder.
Yeah.
They say work smarter, right?
Mo, yeah. You already know. Better than the stock market for sure. This is that solid, really generational wealth builder. And shout out to Mo. And he's always showing his little one, man, on all his posts. It's so adorable. And I see that, like when you're talking about generations to come, like I'm thinking of Mo's little one, he always shows. And I'm like, man, think about when they get 21 years of age or they get 25, like what they're getting ready to inherit, because everything was set up the right way and you got connected and plugged in with the right resource to be able to go ahead and grow that portfolio like that.
Oh, 100%. I have one customer. It's actually his birthday today. Shout out to Steve. He bought land, put it into a trust for his kids where it says they can't sell it before they turn 35. And they were young kids. He wants to set them up to be hugely successful. Imagine being 35 years old and getting a huge windfall like that to build a business or whatever you're going to do. His kids would never be able to buy that land because it's going to be too late at that point. Another thing too, California, everyone, oh, it's a huge state. Yes, it's a massive state, but there's less than 2% of the land left to be developed. That is why California is so expensive, is because there's very little land left for development. Yeah. And we are in the last frontier.
Less than 2%, you're going to have people out there researching like, hey, I need to get a hold of you ASAP if it's like that out in California. That's a gold mine. Blue Sky says, shout out to you, Blue Sky, always showing love already. She says, years ago, I met a young couple who lived in a camper while paying a mortgage on 90 acres. A small portion was being leased to a farmer. They told me that they're not rushing to make any decisions.
Yeah, don't rush when it's people's biggest mistake was selling their real estate too early. Oh, if I would have kept it, it would have been worth this now.
Especially in California. That's one of those where when people sold like literally 20 years ago, like a lot of people are beating themselves up like right now. Oh my gosh, I sold 20 years ago and look what it could be worth now.
I know.
You know,
and the beautiful thing is you don't have to live here.
Yeah.
I have international clients. You don't have to live here to do this.
Wow. Shout out to you for Blue Sky for that. Thank you. My guy Mo says, I'm in Riverside County and I see all this new home development going on. And I think, man, the person who owned that land just cashed in.
Mo's thinking right. A lot of people think, oh, the developer must be so wealthy. The developer paid a pretty penny for that land.
And look at it, Riverside is going. He said shopping plazas and new home development is booming here, man.
Yep.
Oof. Yep. And we got, and shout out and everything. The hubby said Mozilla's 100%. Yes, he is. And think about that. That's in Southern Cal where he's at.
And that's where we're investing, in SoCal.
So those that, you know what, you were right. What you showed me was in SoCal, now that I think about it.
It's all in SoCal. That is the area where it's just the right combination of multiple economic trends, lack of available land, nearby ports, deep water ports. That's a huge piece of it. People ask us all the time, why not Arizona, Nevada, Ohio?
Yep.
Where's your deep water port there? You need these multiple different economic trends. And on top of it, California is the 5th largest economy in the world, 5th largest by its own. It's a state. It's the 5th largest in the world, where the United States is the 1st largest. So without California, I don't know where US would be, but.
Yeah, hey, like they said, Mo says, my backyard, let's freaking go, baby.
It is.
Yeah.
Look at that turn, diamonds in your own backyard.
Diamonds in your own backyard. And we ever so missly, we don't usually see that until it's too late. And then most of the time, like we're so busy focused on, let's go through this over here because this is making this. When all along we should be saying, you know what? Let's see if we can set ourselves up on this side to really be profitable and really grow wealth over time. And if we take that, like that mindset of putting it into a trust and they can't touch it to the 30 to 35 years of age, Oh my God, look what we didn't just set our family up for.
What have the wealthy always invested in?
Real estate, land. Yes.
Land.
Yes.
Warren Buffett owns 9 square miles of solar field right where we're investing. I'm putting investors right next to Warren Buffett and Google and the Waltons from the Walmart Waltons.
Oh man, the Walton family, come on now.
And Abu Dhabi.
Oh my gosh.
They are investing in land in Southern California. Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, created their wealth with oil, and they're investing in solar. You got to ask yourself why.
That is next level thinking that you just said right there. Shout out and everything, man, to Abu Dhabi actually doing that. And oh my gosh, Steve Harvey really pounded Abu Dhabi in my head. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, hey, I got to find out more. And when I found out, I said, okay. And they're investing in it. You hear billionaires are investing in it. Not all their money, people always think, is going directly to the stock market. No, the real wealth is in that land. City of Paris, Riverside County, LA, County Kern, County in Lancaster and Palmdale. Oh my gosh.
And San Bernardino County too.
San Bernardino, oh yes.
Very specific areas, yeah. Watch my land banking presentation. We go into great detail about that, all the wheres and the really details about why. But it's...
In other words, dirt is gold. We're going to say it like that. Dirt is gold.
Dirt is gold, and they're not making any more of it.
They ain't making any more of it, so you better go ahead and jump on it. All right, Blue Sky says, what is the deal with all the storage units that have appeared over the last 10 to 20 years? Who owns them? What's the connection between real estate and storage unit? Thanks.
I'm not in the storage unit business, Blue Sky. Thanks for the question, but I couldn't tell you that. I do know that somebody has to own the dirt to make it happen. We're not trying to get ahead of any single trend like storage units or something like that. We're looking at the overall huge picture of what is causing growth, like the industrial space and being able to buy that land ahead of industrial space. And when an industrial building comes in, 1 million square feet can house about 1,000 employees. For every new employee that comes into an area, there's something called a population multiplier. That's increasing the population by 2.5 to 5 times. And now they got to start building out a bunch of housing and storage units, all the ancillary businesses, the Starbucks, the Chevrons, the McDonald's, the hotels. And guess what? All of that needs energy.
Yes.
California has codes that all of the new buildings have to go green, and industrial buildings have to provide, and commercial buildings have to provide the electric vehicle charging. Yeah. All just starts to proliferate and snowball. It's very synergistic working together, and bam, own the dirt before it happens.
It's so funny because Blue Sky gave a wonderful question. A good friend of mine, Camille Jules, she actually, I gave this whole storage unit play out. And I never knew how lucrative storage units were until she actually gave the blueprint of what she does and has investors to do with those storage units. And that is definitely a very popular play that's out right now that's really bringing in a lot of cash flow for some people who are out there. So shout out to you for that. Mo says, I just bought a new home through KB Homes in Nuevo, California. It's a rural area. It's next to Paris, California. Am I saying it right? Nuevo?
Yeah, Nuevo.
Nuevo, California. I had to look at that. I said, that ain't Nuevo. I'm thinking of the liquor at this point. Nuevo, California is going to be a hot spot. I'm telling you, I'm here. I see new dev homes to the business. Yep.
That's what's happening. Yeah, California needs to build, I think it was 2.5 million new homes by the year 2030. 2.5 million. They've been in a lack of housing supply since 2008, and they fell behind, but population didn't start growing. So I remember looking at the California Department of Finance metrics on how long it was going to take for them to catch up to and have enough housing in California. And it was like out to the year 2040 or beyond. That's how far behind they were just to catch up. So again, it comes down to it needs the dirt to make all of that happen. And residential land is part of our holdings, industrial land, the green energy land. I always recommend everybody get in on the green energy land because that's not going to last very long. Yeah. This is happening very quickly.
Yep. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Shout out to my guy, T. Hughes is in the building, man. T. Hughes said Bill Gates owns 80% of all farms that produce the potatoes for McDonald's.
People he loves his McDonald's, right?
Yeah. And most, if not all, storage units are land building packages. That is some game. Shout out to T. Hughes for dropping knowledge on that, man. I know he knows. He's in that real estate space pretty big. Mo says, I need to get a team on a call with you, Miss Marcella, and discuss land banking and the next land investment opportunities you have. Let the people know how they can get in contact with you, Miss Marcella.
Absolutely,
I'm just going to throw it out there right now. I'll put it out here right now for you. But go ahead and I'll let you say.
Yeah, you can go to my website, dirtisgold.com, get your information in there. You can also email me directly at marcella@dirtisgold.com, and we'll get something scheduled. And awesome. I'll give you that full land banking presentation too. Highly recommend you guys watch that first, so you get the full picture of everything that's going on. You and your team, Mo, can watch that. Sit back, have a little viewing night, and get some. What did you call it? Nouveau.
Get some Nouveau. Get some
Nouveau.
Jamie Foxx was saying, "Get your shots of the Nouveau." That was back in the day.
Or wine or whatever, right?
Maybe 10 glass of wine these days. They're putting the pinky in there with the wine, baby. So they're getting it, man. And I've actually posted it right here for you guys. And so I'm gonna go ahead and display it right here on the screen so y'all can definitely check it out and see. Hey, y'all know Lambo gonna have a good time, man. I won't be me. If you don't like Lambo being me, we in trouble out here. So Mo, you and your team or anybody who wants to know, we'll get into more questions. You guys can actually go right here to www.isgold.com. All right. And if anyone would love to go on ahead and definitely send her a message, you can send her a message at Marcella@dirtisgold.com.
Absolutely. And definitely if you go onto the website, let me know you came from the Lambo Drew show. So I take extra care of you.
They know they better take extra care.
The Lambo Drew people.
The Lambo Drew people, baby. You better take extra care, man, because it's on and popping out here. Y'all know what time it is, man. So y'all definitely please reach out because a lot of amazing content, and especially a lot of developers, man, who are here. And you guys can really go on ahead and take full advantage of it. And then not just that, for people who may be like unaware and saying, Lambo, I would love to make an opportunity to park some serious money into what she is actually saying. Hey, we can definitely go ahead and make that connection. And you don't know what to do with it. Trust me, Marcella and her team can actually allow you to be able to grow your wealth from the decisions that her and her team are actually making every day. This is not something that she's doing on the side. This is what she does full time, and they are really killing the game. Marcella?
Yeah, I do it full time. I quit my software engineering job back in, 2009, 2010. So it's been a while. I've been in this business for quite some time now, helping people diversify with dirt. And just an FYI, you get to own the land. You are the land owner. You get the grant deed, title insurance with every property. So you are in full control. It's not like you're buying into some sort of fund or anything like that. Yeah. You are the actual landowner.
What state is that? Is it Hawaii that they don't own the land? They own just a building and then someone else owns the land? I don't know if I thought it was Hawaii or one of them.
I know China, that's for sure. You can't own the land in China. There's I don't know what state, but there's a lot of areas where the government is in full control of the land. If you think about what other investment out there are wars fought over?
Land. Yeah.
Land. Yeah. It always has been because it's always been a valuable asset.
Yeah.
And it's always needed.
It's always going to be needed out here. Jay Ford says, I remember hearing about that investor that kept negotiating her land with the developer and got a big payout, man. Shout out to her.
Yeah, Jay Ford. I love this lady. One of my investors, I think I know who you're talking about. She's an immigrant from Mexico. She lives here in California. I love her. She's an amazing woman. She barely speaks English, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And this is truly the millionaire next door type of situation. She lives a very humble life, her and her husband, and she's been buying land with me. One property she purchased in 2022 for $150,000. And 6 months later, she gets an offer from a developer who wants to buy it and put a battery energy storage system on it. So huge battery systems need to come in as the solar thing plays out. Well, $300,000 is the first offer. Note to self, everybody, never take the first offer. They can always go higher. They want to try to take it from you as cheaply as possible. So part of the service that we provide to our investors is helping them to negotiate with the developers to get the highest and best price for their property. So she contacted me. I said, okay, this is great. We go back and forth. I'm not going to go into all the details, but next offer came in at $500,000. A couple months later, $500,000.
Wow.
$150,000. She's owned it less than a year. Okay.
Wow.
From $150 to $500. We're like, oh my gosh, that's an amazing offer. We think you should sell. We help people get to a point where, okay, you're making a phenomenal return. And who has bigger balls? If you have big brass balls, then you can keep going for it. Let's just be honest here. She was like, no, I'm going to keep negotiating with them. So she did. Next offer, $700,000. A month later, a day later, it came in at $750,000. I said, oh my gosh, you need to sell this property. This is amazing. You should sell. Still less than a year, she's held it. She was like, oh, I'll think about it. And I thought she was going to sell. And then I check in with her like a couple months later, and she sends me another offer. I pull it up on my phone, Lambo. Take a guess, everyone, what the next offer was for.
It's got to be $800,000. I'm going to go $800,000. I'm going to go $800,000.
$800,000 is phenomenal offer. Next offer, $1.3 million. I fell off the chair. I was like, what?
I'm about to fall off the chair right now. She bought in at $150,000, and within a year, she's at $1.3 million.
Yes. But wait, there's more.
Oh, hold on.
I check in with her like a month later. How's it going?
I can't take no more of this.
How's it going? Where are we at? Whatever. She said, oh, we signed the paperwork. I was like, okay, yeah, send it to me. I want to look through it and stuff for you. She sends me the final contract. She didn't even tell me this. $1.5 million. I was like, this lady.
You made the hat come backwards now. See, Marcella, you done bought a Lambo with the hat backwards now. It's a different ball game now. I don't even want to hear anything. I don't hear nothing out there. Y'all can't tell. When the Lambo hat comes backwards like that, y'all can't tell Lambo.
Then it's real. Then it got real.
It got real. It got serious. It got serious. When we come up, it was be like, we get ready to knuckle up. When you hear that back, it come like that. Somebody get ready to knuckle up. Or we get ready to go play some sports, shoot some ball. It's getting ready to happen. $1.5 million.
$1.5 million.
$150,000.
She bought it in March of 2022 for $150,000. By June of 2023, she's at $1.5 million. Battery energy storage system. And this company has bought over 700 parcels of land in the area where we're investing.
You get that Lambo bell. She get that Lambo bell. See, Jay Ford knew what he was doing. Y'all want to get with a winning team? This is what it is. Imagine you going in with this six-figure, $150,000. We got guys, my funding partners, we do this all day long. We're going to get you $150,000 like that. And you mean to tell me people could sit on $150,000 by investing with you guys, the right land, and possibly make $1.5 million within a year and a half?
Yeah, she did it. I'm not saying that everyone's going to do it, but she did it.
Some people in the wrong business around here. I'm going to just say it to you right now. If you are not connected with this team, that don't go ahead and tell you anything. I don't know what more to say. You're not connected with her and her hubby. They are killing the game out here in California. So you better be able to get with them. All my California residents, y'all might as well put the song on. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Hey, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Hey, I'm just saying, y'all better get it out here. Y'all better get loose and enjoy yourselves because this is amazing. Y'all better, and this is worldwide. It doesn't not have to be in California.
You don't have to be there.
With them.
Yeah, I own 13 properties and I've seen 6 of them. I don't care. I don't need to. The research already been done. Yeah, it's a phenomenal opportunity. It's mind-blowing what some of these returns are coming in at. It's wow. Yeah. Oh, and a side note, I wanted to mention, for those of you out there who have referral or investor groups or investors in your database, we pay great referral fees. So if you're interested in making some cash from referring folks to us.
Everybody, y'all mentioned Lambo Drew. I want to cut. I just want $5 for gas. I just at this point, I just need $10 for gas. Matter of fact, make it $20 because my kids they like McDonald's. I heard Bill Gates with the potatoes. So give me.
It's not gonna be gas anymore. It's gonna be electricity.
It's gonna be electricity. So hey, I need to
go plug your car in.
I need to get my car plugged. Lambo need to get the car. That's what we got the Revolto, the Lamborghini Revoltos. That's the electric ones that's coming out. Hey, everybody gonna have a Revolto in California, like literally in the next 3 years, 4 years. Mo, Brendan, Toma, y'all get ready. I'm telling y'all, man.
The majority of the cars on the street in my area are electric. Majority Tesla. But yeah, it's this guy.
I'm telling you, Blue Sky say on the dirt before it happens. Yes. Mo, you laughing at me, bro. I hope we having a good time out here. You gonna have a good time with Lambo out here. Diversified with dirt.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out to hubby. Say she was the lady in Oakland. Oh, definitely. She already know. My guy Brenda's in the building. Appreciate you, man. Mr. Bigwig. See, all the really nice cars are coming out now. The real estate group in California. You know the Cali. Cali is out here representing, man. Mo, Brendan, and Toma all work together. They all killing it, crushing it in that space. So I know that they're going to connect with you, and it's going to be an amazing time. Shout out and appreciate all that team is doing to really killing it. And I told them people to get connected with them if they want to earn passive income. Now they're going to be connected with you. Oh, my gosh. I don't even know where that thing is getting ready to go. It's just getting ready to go make more money. Here to learn. Yes, you're here to learn, but definitely, man, we're here to learn and earn because you can get it both going with this.
Yes.
P Nutty is in the building. My guy. Hey, shout out to my guy. Hey, listen, this is my guy, high level bosses, baby. He was waiting on this one to bring back to his community and tell them, like, hey, we got ways to diversify you, to really be able to park your money. That there have a lot of people who are generating money, getting cash flow and all of that other stuff. But if you don't know, and he says his words, he said, Lambo, he said, once you get the money, what they going to do with it? And I said exactly what I would say. What are you going to do with it?
Keep growing it. Don't spend it.
Exactly. So what you going to do with it at this point? And that's what most people need to find out what they're going to do. So I can't wait to connect. Like so many people who are on this program and who are going to see this afterwards and who are going to be connected with you and your wonderful hubby, because this right here is what we're about here on the Leverage Show and really allowing people to level up on a whole nother level. Oh, it's on and popping, man. It's really, we getting in there. T Huge says 10X. Shout out to T Huge. You already know, man. It's in the building. Marcella, show the Paris slides if you have time.
I can.
Hubby said, hey. And then he came. Yes. He came back and said the last slides, I guess.
Let me see. The last slides. Weren't you talking about the Google Earth views, Rick? I mean, there's so much to show.
Yeah.
The problem is there's some information that it's proprietary information.
Okay.
So here, I'll just show you an example of one of the properties.
Okay.
That we bought real quick.
Okay.
Let me share my screen.
You say before and after slides at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The growth. And my guy Brendan says, Callie, get us connected. Oh, you guys will be connected. Don't worry about that. All right. Here we go.
So here's one of the properties that my husband and I own, 1.84 acres, bought it for $1.15 per square foot, purchase price $92,000, zoning light industrial. So industrial buildings, as you can see, there's a massive Whirlpool distribution center here. It's a 1/4 mile wide, 1/2 mile long. These things are huge, take up a lot of land, obviously. This little black square right here is our property. Bought this property in December of 2014. So here's a Google Earth image of what the area looked like in 2014. Here's our property. It's exactly what I was talking about, the pre-developed area. Pre-developed meaning there's existing developments there, but there's still a lot of land available. But there's stuff going on. We're not buying land out in the middle of nowhere where nothing is happening. So here's our property, and we have received offers of first 100, then another 365,000, then 500,000, and 600,000. Those are all offers we have received from developers wanting to buy our land. And we turned it down. Why? Because I knew what's happening in this area. I know the growth that's happening, and I know that other investors in this area were selling land for much higher prices. So at 600,000, that would put our property at about $7.52 per square foot. Again, we bought it for $1.15 per square foot. So you can see the multiples that land has. Now, this is, of course, having to do with community development, in this case, industrial development land. And this is what this area looks like today. So before, look at all the land. After. That is a 9-year period, roughly. 9 years, high growth area. This is the brilliance that our company has in figuring out where these future developments are going in. Do you think the land is worth less or more in this time period? Significantly more. Land selling right here. Here's our property, this little yellow pin. This property right here sold for over $30 per square foot. That's one of the 13 properties that we personally own that I wanted to share with you guys. So thank you very much, Rick. 2.7 million now, 10 years later. It's not like I needed that 92,000. We put it away and it just continues to grow.
Y'all, I hate to say this, but I'm just getting ready to say this. Y'all are really out here creating millionaires, just creating wealth, just knowing how to go on ahead and do this. And I know Brendan and the guys, they're going to have a call in the next few minutes, and they're going to have a real estate call, and they're going to be going on about some things. And I know that they're going to be like, yo, we tapped into Lambo. We got with Marcella, and it's over with. We're really, look, hubby's a baller. Hey, want to be a baller? I call her 20-inch rims on an Impala. Hey, okay, all right, I got to let go.
Too much fun.
Wait, we having too much fun, but it's great when you're at the top of your game and you're showing people how to make and create wealth. That's when you're having fun, when you're in your lane.
Oh, yeah.
You're really helping people. You understand? That's game changing.
It is. It's game changing. And I mentioned earlier about referrals. I have some referral partners. They're stacking the cash so that they can buy more land. One lady I pay over $50,000 a year just on referrals.
Wow.
And then what her people are doing is just mind blowing. And my top referral partners, Lambo, I take around the world every year. This year, we're leaving actually July 4th. We're going to Europe for two weeks. I'm taking 8 people with me for 2 weeks.
Could you take me and my wife too?
Europe.
We can take me. We're going to meet you and hubby, and we're going to take me and my wife, and we gone. Actually, we may take a couple more people.
Let's do it. Yes.
All right. I'm telling you. Look, most say, Lambo, you already know it. You know it that we talking about it out there on this broadcast, like literally like, it's getting ready to start in like a couple of minutes for them. And shout out to Brendan. Brendan says, how do the referrals work?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, reach out to me. We'll get in touch with you, me, my husband. We'll meet. We'll talk more about it. But long story short, our referral fees are 2% on every deal. So if someone buys $100,000 property, you get $2,000. And we make it as easy as possible for you. So it's easy. And for every property they buy, you're making money. 2% on everybody.
Wow. What that right there, you just made a game changer right there for connecting amazing people right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
A lot of real estate agents don't even make that kind of money. And this is a referral fee.
Yes. Hey, Brenda says, catch you guys later. We will definitely connect. You already know, man. Mo's already got the information. I'm putting the information back up here again. So for everybody who might have missed it, showing you guys where you guys can connect, what you guys can do, and really be able to make sure that you are plugged in with the right source. Right here it is, www.dirtisgold.com, www.dirtisgold.com. If you want to personally reach out to her email, it's right there, Marcella@dirtisgold.com. You guys want to go ahead and definitely shoot her an email, schedule a call with her and a wonderful hubby. Let them go over some amazing things that they will help grow your wealth with you. I'm telling y'all, you already know that we were here to really help bring this connection so you guys will level up all year long in the years to come. Mo says, man, thank you for your knowledge. Hey, appreciate you, Mozilla, you and Brenda for stopping through. Tell the whole gang, man, Lambo said a big hello, and thank you guys, man, for stopping through. I already know that they're going to be connected with you. That's amazing. Hey, Rick said we can go into the great details on referral fees one-on-one when we will do a Zoom with you. I love it. Yeah. I love it. Yes, listen, Brendan, Mo, Toma, the whole team, definitely get a Zoom together, and you guys will definitely can go over some great referrals.
My husband's going to come say hi real quick.
I'm outside smoking a cigar, typing messages. I love your energy so much. I want to just come in and say thank you very much and say hi to everybody.
Oh, thanks a million, Rick, man. You are the man. Appreciate you. And yeah, it's y'all are doing it together. I don't even hear. Y'all can point like this, or point like this, or point like this. I love when couples are doing it together and really changing lives.
I just want to say one thing, and I'm going to get out of the show.
Yeah.
Some people are asking about how the referrals work. So what we can do, send Marcella an email, and then I'll hop on with each person individually and go over it. I will tell you, I ran up the stairs, so I'm out of breath. Yeah. We leave in 7 days for Europe.
Okay.
But if you guys reach out soon, I might be able to do some Zooms maybe tomorrow and Monday. Otherwise, it'll be 2 weeks. But reach out and we'll hook up with everybody.
Love it.
You're magnetic. You're pulling him in. He's never done that before. Look what you do, Lambo.
Listen, I tell people, when you really are on your game, you're around people who are really doing it. Like, we have fun. That's just so.
If you're not having fun, what are you doing?
What are you doing it for? Like, you're not, we need to get you in this zone, in this lane. Let us and our team help you be able to smile, have fun, enjoy life. That's what this is about. J4 says this show has been amazing. I'm ready to grow my land portfolio, man. Appreciate
Shout out to J4. He got his first property, closed escrow recently. That's amazing.
Big congratulations,
my friend. Thank you.
Yes, man. I really appreciate J4 for this amazing connection. Literally, we have definitely covered so much. We've given y'all 90 minutes of nonstop heat, man. Marcella and her wonderful husband came out here and literally rocked this show. Now it's time for you guys to do your parts and definitely get connected so you can watch your wealth grow. Again, you guys want to be connected, man, right here. Go to their website, www.dirtisgold.com, www.dirtisgold.com. Or if you want to go ahead and send her a message personally, and her and her husband can reach back to you, Marcella@dirtisgold.com. It's right there on the screen, Marcella@dirtisgold.com. Definitely go on ahead, schedule an appointment, get yourself all hooked up, and watch what happens and watch your life change. My wonderful wife says a great show. Shout out to my wife. If my wifey approves, you already know. They not like us.
Happy wife, happy life, my friend.
Listen, guys, we thank y'all so much Thank you guys for all of your wonderful questions. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for everything that you brought to this show. I'm telling y'all, be connected with this amazing group and allow yourself to go. Marcella and her husband, Rick, are definitely the team to really help drive you into the right direction. I told you, you go way more further and everything, man, when you put yourself into vehicles and allow those vehicles to help take you further than your own natural strength will ever go. And we definitely have a vehicle with land banking. Again, Marcella, I want to thank you. We truly appreciate you and your wonderful husband. Thank y'all for coming. Bless this Leverage Show. Come back, because this is not the last time.
You are so fun, Lambo. This is the best show I've ever been on by far. I had goosebumps just watching your little intro Lambo Drew thing that came on. I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling it. And then you are just so magnetic, my friend.
Lambo gonna be Lambo. I'm gonna be me. We ain't gonna go ahead and dumb it down for nobody. If they ain't ready to have fun, I don't know what they actually come here for.
Get out.
If you're ready to see a great show and learn some amazing things, they know to come here on the Leverage Show. And we do this each and every Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. PST, right here on the Leverage Show. It has been me, your boy Lambo Drew, and Marcella Silva right here on the show. And we got to give a special shout out to the hubby. And Rick, you the special guest of honor, man. Definitely right here on the Leverage Show, rocking out. You guys already know, stay tapped in, stay plugged in, and we will be back on the next show. Till then, me and Miss Marcella, we out here. Because what? They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Whoa!